This is Marty P here on the ones and twos situation. It's my mom's birthday today. Actually, it's January 6th, 2022. And what seems to be happening is I've gotten some great feedback from you guys with regards to the channel and, suggestions and so forth. As you can see, I'm still in the process of learning the teaching myself this shit. So you see, I'm trying to make it as professional as possible. That being said, I'm doing the video editing myself. I'm doing the everything myself. I'm some I'm as lazy as I am. I'm some sort of, if I take something on, I want to do it right. So wanted to know what the purpose of the channel is. Just like I said to my one of the guys that asked me yesterday. The purpose is basically just me sharing and interacting, whatever, leaving something behind. Basically, I'm putting down for talking shit. And that being said, um, I would, yeah, somewhere you can go reflect back on such. That was the one thing. The other thing is sort of immortalizing, not monetizing, immortalizing. But also talking facts, man, taking you back and talking about things, that how things used to be done and what we used to do and how we used to do it. So you see, so I'm still struggling with a couple of things. Clarity wise, I have the floating cameras going, I have all that stuff going. So it's a lot of things happening here at one time. Just to give you an idea, so I'm gonna just so I'm gonna remove this audio source here. So like also to get other people on, there is spots where I can like remotely dial people in camera wise, but everybody's not up to it, so to speak. So that being said, though, yeah. So the content is still coming. I'm still trying to get together a few things. I've gotten some ideas. People spitball. Those that have been watching, thank you, and thank you for your feedback. I, at least there are people that's so to speak interested, and I thank you for that. Thank you very much for that. But yeah, so just to give you an idea of the whole situation, yeah, how it looks. So if I go wherever I'll just show you what it looks like in a moment. So you have this situation going on here where you see yourself, and now you have to edit all these things in. So this is my one camera that I have to bring in. Then I can switch it over to the other camera, and then bring myself in. So basically, this is what I'm dealing with here on the TV, actually on the other laptop, and then whatever is streaming, I'm projecting on the TV. And yeah, so whatever I'm projecting, so you'll see I'm not really focused on the cameras, but more on what I'm having to do here. So I was looking into getting someone else to sit here and pan between cameras and actually add in whatever you want to add in, because it's actually very interesting. If I just to give you an example, adding another scene, like when I am talking about sort of a topic, um, I can like in real time bring those examples. So whatever topic I wanna talk about, I would really like to find things on those topics, to present to you guys, to show you images or videos or whatever I can find. So about people or places or whatever the case may be. Um, like for argument's sake, I just want to add here quickly images files like that. Just I'm randomly taking it as we speak. So whatever we talk about, I'll put the stuff. This is not planned. This is not just me spitballing. This is purely, um, totally and honestly, and I'll even show you. I'll share the screen with you. Just cancel this first. So let me just go to my screen sharing situation. So I'll share it with you. You can see it in the video itself. So I'm going to add another scene, a slideshow scene, image slideshow. So I'm just going to um, Man, yeah, so I don't even know how to fix it with the images, and I'll just add file. I've had some files. Um, randomly, so let's say the screenshots. What's this? Oh yeah, this is the old money that I got pictures of and videos of back in the day. So you'll see this. I'm gonna add all of this in there. So with the topic that I wanted to discuss was economy and how much value the money had, and just take you back to get you to give you the pictures as well, to so you can feel like, yeah, I'm not just trying to describe it, but I actually have it there, and I physically had this in my position, except that it's missing a 10 rand. But I wanted to show you guys like the um what actually the actual how it actually looked, and so you can see the like it's not just um a touchy feely type thing. It's like a serious production type vibe. You know what I'm saying? That I want to get going in terms of um, you know, giving you that, giving you some sort of emotion to attach to the whole vibes. So when I talk about when your mom sent you to the shop with a 5 rand, and you could go buy like a 1.5 cocoa bread, whatever the case may be. So yeah, then I have those examples for you. So like, yeah, so I would like then show you, you remember that doesn't just take you back somewhere where you can see the 5 rand. I mean, with the 5 rand, with all that bread and shit, and you still got like a 2 rand and a 1 rand note back, or whatever the case may be. A 20 rand note, just didn't have the 10 rand note. I can't remember if there were 50 rands back then. I doubt it, but I actually want to get you the physical shit for you to see. Like, this is the actual way the money looked, and it didn't look too bad. It didn't feel too bad. I mean, this has been preserved. It hasn't been in circulation for years. This person still has it, and this was actually pocket money that a friend of mine's grandma gave him as which is an interesting story which I wanted to share. But his grandma actually gave him this 50 rand in notes. Um, he used the 10 rand, I think, or whatever. But his grandma promised him that he should keep it, and it would be worth something more one day. I think he took it the saving, like for him to have to save. He must save his money and keep his money for a rainy day. He took it too far. They didn't tell him the money's not going to be worth anything one day or whatever the case may be. But in the story, the thing is, it would have been nice to have him on camera so you can see the raw sort of what's the name he felt the raw. When he told me the story on this, was I actually did record it, but he doesn't want me to play it because we had a nice law. But that's the type of thing upon discovery, doing the research, that is the actual thing to bring it across. Because I mean, we our children is not we that generation that had we were privileged to be able to so to speak be a part of that economy. I speak about the uncle that's always talking about he got paid like 400 rand a month, and or a week he got 100 rand, gave all his money to his mother or to our grandmothers, and the grandmother gave him a 20 rand, and it took the auntie and the uncle him out with that money and whatever. And that was in that it cost them 2 rand a packet of cigarettes, or they could go to the cinemas. They buy what's the name, Lakshya. I remember. You see how attentive I am. I remember the cinemas name Lakshya. I think it was in Woodstock. There, where the colored people could go. You could smoke everywhere, which was quite because you could smoke in the office. You could have that. And if you watch movies like me and the other friend was feeling nostalgic the other day, and we decided we're gonna watch Thunder, or the Thunder Gang of Bank Robbers. And I mean, where they show how open the bank tellers and stuff was. It was. I remember banking was a serious part of the routine, weekly, monthly, or whatever back in the day. You used to get so I don't know. I saw one day the text actually saw one of the guards had this bag. I love First National Big Sunk of suck at that. I remember my grandpa when we used to go into banking, do the banking for the church. He had this First National Bank bag, so that you bank with that place, and you had to your denomination, your 10 cents. I remember the I don't even know if you still get the plastic bank bags, but bank bags you needed to you put your denominations in the I don't know if that's the proper word, like 10 cents or whatever. And I always thought to myself before working in a bank, I always thought maybe I don't. This tellers was gonna count the crap out of the scenes because yeah, it's the yellow 5 rands or whatever the case, be, or the yellow 1 rands or 10 cents and so on. And then only to come find out, nah, because I'm like, okay, we're gonna be at the bank all day. As a kid, I was like, we gonna definitely be here all day, because these we had like crave for scenes. When I thought myself, I had this tellers in account. I told my, I want to go with you to the bank. I just want to see this. And so anyway, get to the bank. And to my dismay, I didn't know. I didn't expect that. As a kid, I didn't expect that the teller was actually just gonna weigh the money. So you put all your 10 cents into a bag and whatever. So a certain weight. So even though it says that 10 cents make so much and whatever on the bag, and you put it like rands and rands and rands like that in there, they actually have a scale. So if you can say that I put 10 cents in there, or there's 110 cents in there to make the 110. Basically, they just put it on a scale. Whatever it weighs, they know already in weight. That's what it's supposed to weigh. You can object. Obviously, that's also how they see if your money is this counterfeit money or whatever. Because afterwards, they must probably get an account. I don't know. I'm just spitballing this one. I'm using common sense. Whereas if you maybe have a dispute where they say, look, that doesn't weigh 5,000 rands worth of 5 rands, that's weighing 500 rand worth, and then that was probably, I don't know. I'm thinking they probably gonna then take it out on one account and then see if the metal's all right. I don't know. That's what I would have done. Anyway, that's the money part, and the story about the economy is just that when I think about the story, as I said, going back to what I was talking about with the uncle that said it was 20 with the 20 rand, they could do all this, and then they bought their bus tickets for the week, and then just to go back to next Friday, and then the time gives them a 20 rand from the other rand. If you see what the 20 rand equated to then and now, luckily I can vouch for the part where they weren't really lying. Not that they weren't lying, but I mean, like I always make the example that when I was my first car I bought in 2005, it was about 5 rand a liter petrol, and I got paid about 5K at the time, entry level salary, um, which was decent for the time because I could, yeah, you filled your tank with like 300 rand. So you do the math. If 3,000, if you take, and that time you just wanted to drive and skid and go everywhere, where you car and whatever. So it would cost you, if you like have to fill your car every week, it cost you about a grand. Now think about from between 2004 to today, 1,000 rand is like just gonna fill your tank at one time. Um, so yeah, that's the one thing that I can vouch for. And I mean, like I say, when I grew up in that era where they sent me to the shop with the money that you just saw, where with that 5 rand, they sent me for a milk, bread, and a 1.5 Coke with a bottle, was about 5 rand. I think there was a shop on the corner, Heroes shop, Heroes them shop. They had a special refill them. At the time, I know it was a special. Is it a super special also? Bread, a milk, and a 1.5 Coke, 5 rand. Now, my bro, think about it. If with the 50 rand, you can buy 10. So 50 rand could feed you gracefully for a week. If a bread, a milk, and a Coke is like what, 5 rand. So 50 rand could get you through the week. So the work week, if you're not exclude the weekend and you take and you buy some other groceries with the at the weekends 5 rands. But I mean, yeah. Um, and that was that I'm talking about in that was 1994, five, the around. Cinema wise, like the uncle says, he took the tiny him to the cinema with the 20 cents it was to go in by the Luxorama and the popcorn and that shit. Um, we could take I could comfortably take a girl out. I mean, so I frequented the cinema on dates. Cinema was the go-to date to take any girl to. Even in 2004, five when I started working. You take a chick to the cinema, it cost you about $100. And to top it all off, taking a girl out on a date was, we're gonna go what? We're gonna see a movie. Because that's the 2 hours where you're just gonna be in one another's presence and say nothing. Do you? that type vibe. But prior to that, you could take your girls out to something to eat. Spur was the go-to place to go to eat that time. And you could get away with like what, uh, like 200 and say $300 for you and the chick. You could get a whole Spur. The ribs was the thing to go to. Ladies ribs, I think it was 80 rand a plate. I think more or less 80 rand a plate. Yeah, so. Um, and then gratuity is obviously 10%, so you could tip a 30 rand after your, like, if your bill comes out to what, 270, you tip about 30 rand, and then here you go, that's maybe the 300. I'm still making it a bit more than what it was. I can honestly say, and you can take this to the bank. um I'm not lying when I say it could have been 80 rand a plate, and then it was like 160, and you give it 200. And I still feel like I'm over exaggerating, not over exaggerating, under exaggerating that it was that cheap. I decided the other day to do the same round trip, and that being said, I've been single now for 6 years. Because for the mere fact is, I'm trying to think, how do you, how do you do, what is the motions nowadays? Because um like, look, I'm not gonna sit there and say, look, I'm not interested in a lady friend. I mean, um, anybody wants to like to have a partner or someone to share their time with, or share whatever with. And um, and someone to come home to, or that someone doesn't expect you to come home or whatever. Um, but yeah, if you didn't make that investment like years ago, then oh, it's a beetje zwaar om te denken. Because the thing is, so I tried this thing, this date situation, right, a couple of years ago. And I thought, okay, let's go for the default cinema vibe, spur vibe, that type of thing. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Because uh, so me and my ass, I'm thinking like, it can't be the economy can't be really not going to that much of shit. I mean, I think in 2008 I went to Spur with a girl, all out, the sister with sister's OG, whatever friend that was there, basically paid for his date. If I had known today the economy was like this, I would actually go claim it back. But anyway, took them with. I mean, they were youngsters. They were still at school and whatever. So the girl sister took me. So I came about like 450. I had the juice. I had the job to them with. So I decided, okay, look, this is a new, very new, this is very new territory for me. So we're going to go. So now it's uncomfortable. I don't know how it is nowadays. Chicks want to split the bill, whatever the case may be, and we go. And I fucking kid you not, I tell a sister to a sister come with, and the sister has a lady friend, a little friend with her. So we go to Spur and we order, and I'm like, and I'm a proud guy. I'm not gonna say no. I was the one that came up with this shit. So I'm just like, I come along. Let's go get the Spur. Order. Yo, you're supposed under 12. Y'all gonna eat on the kids menu? Nah, I feel like not. Nope. They want them monkey gland burger numbers. I shit you not. I ordered the burgers. I had 2 shots just for the fucking nerves of the, so to speak. Not for the nerves, but for the fucking wreck the fear. What did I get myself into? Because now I had no idea that this is going to, like, so the food alone is, look. All I'm gonna say is it was just below $1,000, including gratuity, because obviously I had to get that 10% shit. So not 10% or 20% or whatever they was now. That's was not courteous 20% or whatever. So with inclusive of that the tip already came around to 150. So it was about just up 980 for uh my 3 drinks, her 2 drinks, the tank and whatever. Now I'm gonna still take these videos to the cinema. My camera's gonna die anyway. I'm gonna still take these videos to the cinema. So this is that camera is gonna die now. It's flat, so I'm gonna eliminate you, camera. I'm just gonna finish the story and then I'm gonna put you on charge. So let's go pan back to the other one. So in any case, um, I have to now what's the name of these bitches? Um, to the cinema still. Luckily, for some reason, they decided they can just. Jens, we Uber, knowing we Uber yesterday as well. So that's why I said I come with because you can four people in the Uber. I wanted to, I thought I still have that same je ne sais quoi charm, whatever you want to call it. I'm still that same break that I at the time. So luckily, they decided, nah, they don't smile for the cinema anymore. Now, Haynes been saying that was the last date we went on. I think they could see now this man is popping and I just got paid, bro. I just paid like a grand almost for spur them, including of the Ubers, about one, two. Shit, we must go to the cinema now. My bro, I decided I must want to go see something in IMAX. I get here as 150 rand per person. Maybe. I'm like, oh, you just. So, like I said, back in the day, you could get away. You could take a gun, like I said earlier on. My bro with the 500 rand, he was set for the night. Like, but I mean, even with a two clip or three clip, you were insta. Period. Now I'm gonna tell you another story. Look at that uncle story of what's the name? That script for the other day. Yo, and I and this is I'm gonna end it here because I also know that you guys said the points I take it a bit too long, windedness and whatever. But I must say this no more. And I don't feel that old. I'm 35. I'm turning 36 now in 20 days. But when I started drinking, about 16 years old, 2000 and 2000. 2000, yeah, 22 years ago. I kid you not. It was a bottle of Bertram's with the other means. So you would just say it was at 23 or 32 rand for the bottle. I can't remember so well. But my go-to was with a lump with old gentleman. They used to indulge in Cape Style and Stony. Outfit was 50 rand. That's a 5 liter can with your two Stonies. I remember the bra alumnus to rest in peace. Byron Peterson. He used to come home on a Friday. He's tiny. They said they went to the same. He went get paid. He's paid to his tiny. His tiny give him a 200 rand. That is us for the weekend sorted. Bottle of red out Friday night. Pakkie Stuyvesant. That's all on him. Six brother. Dik gesê. Or those that was whatever. But we six brother. So now you must know we six on that bottle of red out. Other than your pakkie answers. He's buying a pakkie answers for the team. Buying a bottle for the team, 50 rand for the bottle. Coke chaser outfit about 65 rand. Pakkie answers was like 20 rand at the time. Yeah, and chips, snacks, whatever the fuck we're gonna do, or beer or whatever, like six beers, whatever. Because beer was like 55 rand, 55 rand. I will not forget it was 55 rand. Oli was still the cheapest in Salvia. We would go there for the 5 rand beers, 60 rand a case or whatever. So we would scuttle, and if we could come up one of the 10 rand, out of the six, we buy a kiss. He buys the bottle. You for dollar for the Friday alone. Tomorrow is Saturday is his own day. The other day, 2 weeks ago, so I decided I must not buy alcohol for myself. Read out 230 straight Pangela. Russian beer was the go-to if there was that was like the lowest budget. I could give us 20 rand a bottle of Russian beer. That was like the cuckest. Russian beer is now in the same league, 100 and some odd on 80. I must be just for to pay that for a bottle of Russian beer, but apparently it's not in the upmarket. Even um, Jack Ram, that was the go-to. If we couldn't get the radar, it's now the same as 10 rand is the radar. But anyway, coming back to I just spent 500 rand on two bottles, 500 and some odd rand on two bottles. Now, what I'm getting boiling down to is that, yeah, I lived in a time when the economy was still all right. Now, and that's what I'm going to get into more detail with the industrialization, where your time is what they paid you for back in the day, and 9 to 5, 8 to 5 was basically the job speak time that was required. Now you're working shifts, 24/7 you're working, but your time is nothing to them anymore. They want to pay you what, 20 rand an hour, 20, 32 rand an hour maybe, that you entry level jobs. My brother, I worked for fucking, I think that much in 2004. Um, the bread price has gone up significantly. They still got you. Companies are ripping people off. They fucking, and that's actually the message I want to get across. That we need to advocate for proper. That's how they reach. They give out less money for the services rendered. They expect you to render the service at a high quality. They burn you out, and once they've misused you, they move on to the next sucker that's gonna do the job at your place that you did it in. So there isn't anymore that 30-year service thing because remember you worked 8 in the morning or 5 in the afternoon. You had a routine. Now your shift is changing. Your and I'm gonna use big words. Your circadian rhythm is out. So you aging faster, and this is the main purpose of this whole thing is that for you to realize that you're not you are so programmed by the bullshit that is being presented to you that you don't know that you're being fucked over. That being said, um, if you look at it, um, you back in the day, and they sell you all this shit of women empowerment and women also can work, like women can do everything men can do and whatever. But if you look at it, back in the day, the tiny was, and this is what I want to reiterate: women use all the shit, but I don't want to give it all away in one thing. Use all, use don't understand that how much emphasis, how much power, how you more important than us because thinking back, and this is, I'm going to leave you with this because I don't want to spoil anything. I want to get into more detail and discuss it much more and give you more examples. Maybe in a funny way. I don't know. I'm still seeing how I'm going to bring it across. But think about it. When God created Adam and the Garden of Eden, Adam was just, I mean, he didn't fuck know what to do. And then when he was asleep one night, God was like, "Look here, I can't take this shit. Yeah, I don't know what this, but I can't think for himself." And he created from his rib, he created Eve. Um, and Eve then was the one, the creative inspiration to Adam, even though she led him to the apple and led him into temptation and they fucked up. But at least she got him to do something. And that is what you don't understand. Behind every successful man, powerful man, there's a strong man, there's an even stronger woman. And that's what you don't understand from back in the day. Yeah, our grandparents had a lot of children and whatever. But think about it. Man, look, I'm going to tell you like this. I'll save it for that. The biggest hustler was the grandma. Them women were the biggest hustlers back then, with children is concerned and having all the children and whatever. Because I can tell you now, and I'll leave it for you. I'll just let you think about it. Think about how it was. The eldest child never went to go study. He went to go work when he was 13. And the first three, they 11 children, but they will always look after the Buddha them because why? The Buddha them went out to go work in order for them to go study. So yes, your father, the dad went out to go work, but it wasn't just his paycheck. If they 11 children, she got the dad's paycheck and 8 other paychecks every week, every month, whatever. So she was like paying for the studies. Who was paying for the study? Who was paying for? Who was making sure that the smaller ones could study? Who was the one who made sure the money was there, lined up for them to go study? Who made sure that the food was in the house and made sure that they could go study? But with all that, also when the fourth when the daughters were born, they then started taking care of the siblings after that. So the Tani didn't really Tani, she was doing economic shit. She had to think about, okay, like you're gonna go to university, you need to do the shopping, you're going to university, and then when you get to university, when you um, graduate, you're gonna go start working as a teacher, whatever the fuck, and we're gonna have to pay for this and this and this and this. So the mother, the woman created the structure in the house. Yes, the father was the disciplinarian, but they made him think, now you're the own. But who's the actual boss? Who coordinated that old shit? And that's what you need to think about. So there's no one coordinating shit in your house now. And that's why kids are turning out such fuck ups. You're having one child, and that's enough I'm going to have. And think about the parenting. If you have one child and the child's fucked up, you 100% failed as a parent. Period. Period. You fucked up. You have one child. You only had one child to raise, and you fucked up raising that child. Now go back. You grab my 11 children. Out of those 11 children, there's one fuck up. So 95% of they will just parents. 95 out of 100 is good. And they will always have that fuck up in the house. They will stay there. They will die there with them or with them. But the siblings will take care of them. But like I'm saying, one fuck up out of 12, as opposed to you have one kid and you fuck it up. You couldn't even make time for one child. You couldn't even coordinate one child. You have your child's in jail. They just shot him or some shit. I don't know. But something to think about. Anyway, I want to end the day. I still need to go eat. I'm what's the naming early tomorrow morning. Hopefully, I don't know. This explains something. What so it's just yeah. Like I say, it's just for me to bring creative inspiration and point out a few things because a lot of people doesn't think with a logical mind anymore. They take all this bullshit. Like for instance, another thing. You know, and I still and I feel like speaking on all of this right now, but um, like cell phones. Like why the fuck do I need a phone that has 20 cameras? They can take such just pictures. I'm not the fucking photographer. So why do I need to pay 60,000 for a phone? But now what happens is they create this need for this phone that you're gonna take just photos with. You're gonna put it on your Instagram. So your self-esteem is you need to make use of this platform for your self-esteem, like this virtual world platform thing, shit, somebody with the shit. You got to just phone. And guess what? They don't spend much money on advertising anymore because also they mind fuck you. You're taking pictures with a phone. They got a watermark here that says it was taken with Samsung triple camera or this triple camera. You're not knowing that whenever you post that shit and somebody sees that shit, yo, this is a just photo. Oh, it was taken with this phone. I'm gonna get me a phone like this. They know the human condition that as much as you say something, um, if you see something quiet from someone else, you want it. Just because you want it, you fucking eat bread for it. But now, all you want on your phone is you need to WhatsApp because that's the fucking communication medium of the day. Um, you want to get phone calls, maybe WhatsApp calls or video calls, which WhatsApp can do. You can buy your fucking Mobicel or 800 Rand, but no, you have to have an iPhone or some shit, which is, you know. So the yeah, you get what I'm saying. So does it make sense for you to like to have all this, that type of, but they said, but it sells because of the human condition, where needs are created that there's no need for. Because, like I say, there's no point in having this day. If you're not a socialite and you're going to be on social media all fucking day. I know all people that have contracts with fucking phones, Note 75s, 17 cameras. They've taken maybe one accidental selfie or some shit. But it's yeah, it's like like they say brand. You want to be you want to yeah Nikes, say the Nikes and Jordans and da. But that's a different story. I wear it religiously, but that's fashion statements because I'm wearing it to make a statement. But phones have become an accessory now that's being out of control, especially with the technologies that they want to employ, like 5G. Like you don't need that fast of internet to be real time, seamless, no latency. Yeah, the technologies are there, but the technologies can kill you because at the end of the day, they want to employ this 5G all over. We have automated transportation like trucking and whatever, so they can truck the truck can drive the goods without the need of a driver, so they don't have to pay a human that's going to make an accident, that's going to do whatever. Tomorrow they have like the My City bus lane where this truck can drive exclusively, where fuck ups like human error can't take place. We want to use drive into these people have the 5G built into that lane. Trucks can be driven through there, and then if the truck runs out of battery power remotely, they'll have someone like me in a call center sitting there. Okay, truck, next truck stop. All right, coordinates. I just all they have to do is if I see the other screen, pull over. Yeah, okay, pull over, charge there. All right, send the company email to say your truck ran out of electricity. It's just charging. It's going to charge for 12 hours, but be sure that your delivery will be there next tomorrow, whatever. Is this much of delay? No, the truck is secured, it's locked up. They have the GPS coordinates. Should anything go wrong, people try to hijack the truck. It's not like the truck's going to stop. You don't belong there. The truck's going to drive over you. Besides that, it's securely locked. You can't get to the back, the titanium and whatever. No losses incurred. So there's no more truck drivers needed. That families goes hungry. And how many times do you think they're going to pay? The firmware updates happen what once every 6 months, once every 3 months, to fix all the truck problems or whatever problems they need to, whatever they need to enhance. Um, as opposed to having to pay manpower to fucking take how long with your shit. But anyway, we digress. We're going a bit too far into detail right now, which I didn't actually plan for now. As you can see, my ties and even there, I went out. I just came back from a walk, and then I got some feedback from some of my some people that's been watching the videos and were giving me not a hard time, but they were just giving me their opinions. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, so and some people actually gave good suggestions for topics. Actually, brilliant ones. But it would actually be nice to have people with me and interact. I'm still getting some equipment, in and whatnot. But that being said, yeah. So I'm gonna use. Let me just do my fade to black thing here. Let's do this fade to black. Here you go. I don't know when it's black. Then I can still be talking. You can still be hearing me, but you might think I'm going. I'm not going yet. Yeah, I'm still here. Anyway, I'm gonna get up now. I'm gonna fade to black. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good one. Yeah, let's fade out, and that's it. It's a wrap. I still want to put all that. I can still add the words there to say the end and all that shit. But anyway, it's a wrap. I'm out. Peace.